Okay, imposter syndrome, really a deep, deep conversation with many, many layers. We're going to just brush over the top of it because I just want to bring it up because it's really, really common. If anything, it's like in every artist that I know of. A lot of students have dealt with this, or they've had complex thoughts. And then when we've talked about this, it's kind of cleared up a lot of things. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm just normal. So the reason that this is such a strong reaction or syndrome in the dancing world is because for you to be a really good dancer and a really good artist, you need to be vulnerable. So opening up that vulnerability and showing people who you are can make you feel fragile. And within that fragile, we think that at one point that people might just realize that we don't have any talent, or they're just going to figure us out. We have this fear that people are going to all of a sudden think that you're not talented, which is not true. Okay. And the reason that we go through that sort of thought process is it's really got to do with the projections that we're putting out. So our projections of who we should be and who we are, if they're conflicting, that's when you can have a lot of these feelings. Okay. So this projection, what you're putting out there, is really common, especially when you're young. You're like, I want to do this. And it's an ego thing. This projection thing is you talking to your ego. And we have to have an ego, especially in dancing, because we have to be competitive. We have to work hard. We have to go up on stage. So we've got to sort of talk ourselves into it. So this imposter syndrome is like wrestling with yourself, but it's a necessity. So this projection thing is, like, what should I be? What should I? And it's all these shoulds, and you should be like this. And this is what I should be doing. Okay. So that projection thing we want to be careful of. So how I want you to break it up, just so that this imposter syndrome is not overwhelming you, like it has overwhelmed me before as well, is the way that I feel is a good way to deal with it. And has helped a lot of students is just understanding the real you and where your ego is. Okay. So the ego that's when you're interested in achieving a goal. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. That's where the ego is sort of really playing in there. They're very loaded sentences that you're saying in your head. And yes, it's normal and they should be there so that you can achieve stuff. But I just want you to be careful that it's not louder than the real you. So the real you is really interested in just doing your best. What you have right there and then, what can you use right now to do your absolute best? And it's more of an internal thought, an internal process. So it's about the real you. So to deal with this, again, as I was saying, this is a very deep subject and there's a lot of things to play and unpack here. But this is just to give you a second to reset whenever you're having just trouble and start thinking about this, and then you can start to dive deep into it. But really your objective is just to make this louder than this. So I hope that helps. Got any questions? Let me know.